Hey, hello and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. This reflex image. In this video, I'll be showing you how to do a manipulation like this. Here is the before of the picture and here is the after result. They mostly do shoot like this for maternity. They are mostly for maternity shoot. So I tried to do a replica of that. Someone actually sent the picture over to me if I can do a video on that. So I actually tried it out and it worked out well, so I'm doing the video for you guys to also learn from. So this picture was actually taken with Canon 60D. So like setup, 8200 Pro and Godos 520 TT520 flash. So with no further ado, let's jump into action. So here's the picture. So the first thing we need to do before doing any manipulation, so that it won't stress you out and you can actually get what you need the first time, is to do the retouching first. Retouch the skin, remove the blemishes from the skin, then you retouch. Then you can apply your dodge and bond later on, but firstly retouch the skin because you might not have time to do that later on. So after you're done with that, the next step is for you to do your background extension. So how am I going to do that right now? The normal size I do use is 4 by 5, which is my default Instagram size for posting picture. So I'll just go to my crop tool. I'll click on my crop over here. You can use your control panel, or you can go to the control panel and click it here. You can just click on C. So once you click on the C button, it's going to bring it up for you. So just adjust to the side, drag. I need a lot of space here, so I want there to be space here. So I will just adjust to whatever space I need for the picture, whatever way I want it to be, as you can see. Then I'll click on my OK. So that's what I did over here. As you can see right now, that's the same techniques I use over here. So you are going to extend it, you see it. As you can see, you extend it so you can have more than enough space to do whatever you want to do. So that being said, now as the first step, the next step is for you to remove your model from the background. So I'm not going to be showing you how to do that right now, because it took me about 10 to 15 minutes to achieve that. So I actually have a picture on ground which I've already removed the background, so I'll be using that one in particular. So if you want to know how I do remove my background, there are other videos on my channel, especially my most recent video. You can go and watch that one. It will show you how I remove my my model perfectly from the background. So as you can see right now, here is my model without the background. I've already removed my model from the background, as you can see. So the next thing I'll be doing right now, I will show you how I remove the person holding the cloth. I will show you how I remove his hand. So let me turn off this layer first. So what I did is that, let me do a rough sketch of how I remove the background layer. So let me click on it. Then I'll click on my quick selection tool. I'll click on select subject. I'll wait for it to load up. So we wait for it to load up. So once it does, let's say we're done with the selection now. But firstly, let's remove the chair. This chair is not part of the selection I want to make. I want to remove the chair from the selection. So we are currently using our polygon, our quick selection tool right now to do just that. Okay, let's say we're done with the selection now. Let me add the leg back. So this is just a rough selection. You can actually take your time doing the selection. So let me just duplicate it, Ctrl J. So now here is the way the outfit is before, right? So the next thing I'll do, I will pick my polygonal axle tool. Then I'll delete the area I don't want to be there. So I will delete this area up by clicking on delete key, Ctrl D to select. Then I'll go back to, I'll pick my rectangle marker tool, which is over here. I will select over the area I want to extend, as you can see right now. Then Ctrl T for free transform. I'll hold down my shift key. Then I'll drag up, I'll drag up until get to the location I want it to be. Once it does, I'll click on my OK, Ctrl D to deselect. I'll zoom in, and the coat is kind of tiny. I want it to be a little bit wide. So I'm going to pick my polygonal axle tool. I will select over the area I want to steal from, which is here. I'll select over here, as you can see right now. Then I'll just click on Ctrl J to duplicate it. So as you can see right now, we have only this here without the background. So I'm going to turn this on back right now, which is my model layer. I'll turn it on. So I'm going to shift the one I just created. I'm going to shift it to the side. I'll move it to the side so that it's going to make the fabric a little bit wider, as you can see right now. So Ctrl T for free transform. I'm going to adjust it to whatever location I want it to be, as you can see. So we have actually increase the fabric, make it a little bit wider. So before and after, right? So that's how I achieve this one over here. That's how I achieved that. So I actually duplicate the fabric in so2. So that being said, now the next step is for we to create our background. So this time around, we will not be creating the background from the initial background. We are going to be creating our background from scratch. So how are we going to do that right now? So firstly, you have to create an empty new layer. Make sure the layer is empty. So your first color, turn on back your background layer, your background, which is your foreground color. So firstly, sample the light, the brightest part of the background, which is here. I'll click on my OK. So the color panel below, I'll click on it. Then I'll sample a little bit darker. Then I'll click on my OK. As you all know, we just created a new empty layer right now. So I will just go to my gradient. I'll click over here. I'll make sure it's on these two colors over here instead of this hash to nothing. I'll click on this. Then I'll click on my enter. Then I'll drag whatever location I want it to be. As you can see, boom, automatically it's going to create our background for us. But the issue then now is that it actually did create our background for us, but the background is not all that glowing, it's not looking all that nice. So we are going to make amendments on that also. So how are we going to do that right now? I just have to create an empty new layer again. I'll create an empty new layer. Then I'll pick my brush and make sure I fill the color with complete white. Then I'll increase the brush size. I'll increase it. You can come down here and increase it. You can come down here and increase the brush size over here, or you can just press your close brackets to do that. Press it until you are satisfied with it. So I just have to click on my OK once. So it's going to fill the white for me. As you can see right now, it actually did that for us. So if the white is too much for you, just bring down the opacity. Bring it down, bring it down. As you can see, it's going to blend in perfectly. So that being said, now our manipulation is looking rather nice and actually done what you promised to do, but let's just spice things up a little bit. I'm going to go on a short break now. See you guys in the next 1 minute. In case you're interested in getting any of my picture editing file, from my overlays down to my color lookup, which is my lot file, so you just have to scroll down to your video. So under the comment, this is my description. So it's not going to load the description for you. You just have to click on show more, click on it. So it's going to show all the options. Once it does that, just click on my store link. So here's my store link. Once you click on it, it's going to take you directly to my store. So you can actually select any file you want. From the color lookup, this is a light skin LUTs. This is a feather which I use in my recent video. This is 100 premium baby overlays. This is my first video course. This video course entails on how to download all the files I want. The site I use in downloading all my files free of charge, including my Photoshop panels also. This includes my PNG files. This includes all my packs, all my picture editing files, my premium overlay, my PNG, my flying fabrics, my color lookup, my presets. So once you buy this, you've already bought everything apart from this one. So here is my flying fabrics. Here is my, in case you want to give me any project for me to work on. Here's my color lookup. Here is my background overlay, and here is my presets file. So in case you're interested in buying any one, you can actually go for them. The good news there is that you can actually buy your own currency, any currency of your choice. You can buy with any currency of your choice. Welcome back, guys. So we've done with the manipulation of the background now. So the next thing for you to do is to create a realistic shadow below, so to make it look as if this picture was not actually manipulated. So how are we going to create the shadow now? Firstly, you just have to come down here under rectangle marquee tool. There's another tool under it which we call our Epica marquee tool. So I'll click on it. I'll make sure I feather it to be 40 pixels. So I'll create an empty new layer again, but this one will be directly below my fill color, which is my background color, which is over here. So I'll just create an empty new layer on it. Then I'm going to make a selection, this circle. As you can see, I'm just dragging it and it's doing the job for me itself, as you can see right now. So I'll drag it to whatever location I want it to be. Let me say I want it to be around there. So just have to right click on it. I'll just go to fill. I'll change from content away to color. Then I'll fill it with 100% black. Then I'll just have to click on my OK, as you can see. Then Ctrl D to deselect. Our shadow is looking all that nice, but it's a little bit too dark, so we just have to bring down the opacity. Come to opacity here, then bring it down until you like what you see. So you can actually just make it a little bit flexible. So just go to your filter, under filter, click on blur, then click on Gaussian blur. Let's blur it out a little bit. As you can see, it's too much, as you can see right now, which is looking all that cool. Once you see what you like, just click on your OK. So we've done 80% of the job. So now after we're done with that, the next step is for we to bring in our balloons, then add to it to make it look as if the balloon is already up. So what I will just do now, just have to go back to my file manager, I'll go to where the picture is located. Okay, I think I just download the file, so I'll search for it. Okay, this is the balloon I'll be making use of now. So I'll just have to drag it into my Photoshop. I will adjust the size to whatever size I want it to be. Then I'll drag it above to whatever location I want it to be. I'll click on my OK. So I'll drag it above, and above, as you can see, so that the outfit will be inside the balloon. So I'll adjust the balloon size a little bit again, Ctrl T, then I'll increase the size. So I just have to click on my OK. But the issue is that it's still very obvious that we did not do this perfectly, and I don't want to stress myself out. I can just actually do something to just cover up my mistake. So what I will do, I'll create an empty new layer above it. Then I'll pick up my brush, make sure it's on white, complete white. Then I'll increase the brush size. I'll make sure the hardness is on 0. Just increase the size. Then I'll click over this area. It's going to cover my mistake up for me. You see as if the balloon is glowing. If it's too much, bring down the opacity. So it's going to seem as if the balloon is glowing, and easy peasy, you actually solve the issue there. So let's say we're done with that. The next step is for we to just add a little bit of color grading to it. Actually, I have so many files I can actually use to color grade your pictures. They're available for sale. You can just go to my store and purchase them there. So the next step is for the color grading. I'll just go to my adjustment layer, click on my color lookup, load 3D LUT. I'll scroll down to whatever location my LUT is. Then I'll pick one, click on my OK. As you can see, boom. But the color is too much. I just have to turn down the opacity to bring it down, as you can see right now. Then I'll click on my OK. As you can see, basically we've actually done what we promised to do. But the issue there now is that look at where she's sitting on before. It seems as if she was sitting down, and we don't want it to be that way. So now let's do the final adjustment to that part. So firstly, let's create a JPEG copy of everything we just did so far by clicking on Ctrl Shift Alt and E. So it's going to create a copy of everything we did so far. So you can see right now, this is the if I'm to turn off everything below, it will still be showing exactly like this. So once we do that, just have to zoom in. I'll zoom in, then I'll just go to my pen tool, because I'll be using pen tool right now because I want to curve that area out. So I'll zoom in, then I'll click here. I'm going to click here this way, as you can see. Then I will bring it in. Okay, it's not all that perfect yet, so let me just redo it again. As you can see right now. So we actually make a selection like this. We want to extend the butt. So the next thing I'll be doing right now, I will just have to click on make selection. Feather has to be around 10 pixel. Click on 10 pixel. Click on OK, then Ctrl J to duplicate it, Ctrl J, then duplicate once again by clicking on Ctrl J. So what we'll be doing right now, the one above, we are going to max it with the one below. Where I click on it, click the clipping max, then Ctrl T for free transform, hold down your warps, click on the warps over here, then you are going to drag it down, as you can see right now. So we are dragging it down for it not to look obvious as if she was sitting down. Then once it's done, click on your OK. As you can see, here's the before and here is the after of the warps, as you can see right now, which is perfect. So now let's merge this together with it. Ctrl Shift highlight, Ctrl E to merge together. But we still have an issue here. Here is a little bit blurry, so we are going to crop that out also. So just go back to our polygonal axle tool, zoom in, then scroll over the area I don't want to be in the picture frame again. As you can see right now, Once you scroll over it, then right click, go to fill, then select the color you want to fill it with. Click on color, select the color. Here's the color I want to fill it with. Click on OK. Ctrl D to deselect. As you can see right now, it is perfectly okay. So we've basically done what we promised to do, though the color is somehow different, but we actually did what we promised to do. So that's all about today's tutorial, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and also turn on the notification icon. If you have any question, you can contact me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. See you guys on my next tutorial. One love.